Hi everybody, it's David D'Onofrio with RE/MAX Properties in Jupiter, Florida, here with your monthly market update for April 2012. Gotta say, it's been a little while since I've done a post, and I apologize. It does feel good to be back in front of the camera. So, the reason I haven't been doing this recently is because things have been busy. Buyer confidence has returned. People are shopping for homes. People are bidding against each other to purchase homes. Certainly REO and foreclosure properties, you have to go in at list price or above list price to be able to get your offer received and taken, and it's benefiting everyone, including your average home seller. For the home seller, just keep in mind that even though it seems like things are going for a premium right now this quarter, you have to understand that there is a backlog of foreclosures. They will be coming out, and they will be your competition, and it will make it more difficult to sell your home. Now, properties that are appropriately priced will always sell, and now is a great time to do it. We're going into the between spring and summer. Families are going to be shopping around for residences, looking to move before the school year. There's a lot of opportunity built in for increased demand right now from the buyers who are looking for your property. Supply is very low. A lot of the buyers that I'm working with, we're having a lot of trouble finding them the homes that they're looking for, and I'm trying to encourage them to let them know that if we find the property that works for you, to pull the trigger and move ahead and get that offer in and try to buy the property now, because there's just simply not a lot of supply at this current time. And the advantages for buyers, rather than waiting for the possibility that there will be more homes out there, you have to understand that interest rates are still an all-time low, floating around 4%. And I have a slide here, a printed out slide here, that I'll show you that shows you how just a 1% change in interest rate can dramatically affect what your overall cost on the home is. Plus, FHA is still going strong. They have had some revisions to the FHA rules. The mortgage insurance that comes along with FHA is they're going to have a slight premium increase on that, but still, it's more affordable to purchase a home now than ever. And when you think about the fact that if your parents were buying a home in the 80s, or you yourself, 80s, the interest rates were up around 10%, 12%, it dramatically affects what your overall net cost for purchases. And it is a really, really great time to take advantage of this market. Prices are still low, but again, supply is low, demand is increasing, so eventually, Economics 101 would imply that prices will go up. Again, to the sellers, yes, prices will go up, but not at the rate that you're hoping to benefit from. See, for buyers, it's a long-term game. So if you're planning on buying and being in your home, you're going to be in your home for 5 years or longer, then you can't go wrong. Real estate is a long-term investment, always does fine. And I have another slide for that too, just to show you that compared to the Dow or the NASDAQ, investing in stocks, you still can't beat home investment, even with the bubble that we had. Still outperformed the Dow. So let's take a look at some of that. Pending home sales are up from April of last year. This is current data, just from a little bit later last month. 12,630 homes sell each day, and 8,715 buyers receive a mortgage. Homes are selling, and people are getting mortgages. It's not as tight as it was, and if you have decent credit, usually we're talking mid-6s, 620, 640, 650, you should be able to qualify for a loan as long as you have justifiable income that you can prove either with W-2s or some sort of regular income that can be averaged out over time. If you work in sales, such as I do, then you do need to have justifiable income over a period of 2 years that they use to assess what loan you can qualify for. The inventory of home sales, inventory is down, as you can see, by a lot. What is that to? About 6% from 9.5%. So the inventory is down significantly. It's about a third lower than it was in November of 2000. Let's see, this November to November last year. So since November 2010, inventory is down about 30%. Here's that slide I was looking for. Return on investment. So on the left side, we've got the Dow up 16.2, S&P down 5. This is between January 1st, 2000 and February 1st, 2012. NASDAQ averaged down 30%, and real estate was up 38.5%. That's a long-term game. You cannot go wrong with real estate. The news is starting to turn around, which is nice. News articles that used to be kind of pessimistic, and they have a tendency to drive public opinion, not always based on realistic numbers, sometimes just based on hype alone. But fortunately, they're coming around and they're acknowledging what we're seeing, that there is a lot of demand out there and buyer confidence is returning. Wall Street Journal says from bottom up, signs of a housing recovery. USA Today, housing outlook is more upbeat. These are all recent quotes. And that might be due to the fact that employment numbers are improving. That bottom red line, yes, that is our current employment recession, but you will see that it is increasing. Those of you who are renting, wondering whether you want to buy a place or you want to keep renting, whether this is the time to buy. That's what rents have been doing. They're up about 10% between 2009 and 2012, and they're predicted to go up exponentially from this point, and it is going to get increasingly more expensive to rent. If you're an investor and want to buy a rental property, now might be a good time. But if you can put together the down payment, or you want to take advantage of the Florida bond program for first-time home buyers, where you can get 5% that can be applied towards your down payment. FHA is 3.5% down, so you can cover your entire down payment and use 1.5% towards your closing costs. So for relatively low out-of-pocket expense, you can buy yourself a house, and your monthly expense will be no more than it would be to rent. And in the long run, you're getting that equity in the property. So you're investing in an asset. It's a good savings for you. And it's a money-making venture as well in the long run. I mean, there is a reason why people put money into their homes as an investment. They call it their nest egg. It's because renting doesn't pay. It's just money going out to somebody else, helping them pay their mortgage. There are options available to you, and I encourage you to speak with me or your realtor and ask them about what options might be available to you to help you cover it if you feel like, oh, I would love to, but I'm just not quite sure I have the money for the down payment. There is assistance available for you, and it might be a lot more affordable than you think it is. Does this guy look familiar? Warren Buffett? He was recently quoted telling his personal secretary of 37 years who was asking about buying a second property as an investment. He says that it will be the best opportunity in your lifetime. Mortgage rates, as you know, way down, still staying low. And here's the payments based on interest rates. This is what you need to realize when you're shopping around right now. If you find a place that you want and it's just like, it's not the cheapest thing that's ever sold in a particular neighborhood, understand this, that a 5 to 10% difference in the sales price does not make as much change on your bottom dollar as a 1% change to the mortgage rate that you qualify for. On a $360,000 purchase at 5%, you're looking at $1,933 a month. 3.5% or 3.75, which is a little bit closer to what they're floating at right now, it's $1,667. So you're looking at about a 15% change in your monthly expense. So consider that. Now is a good time to buy because money is cheap to borrow and the prices are still very low. So to fight over 5 to 10%, I'm always going to negotiate the best possible price for you, but if you find the place that you want, work with it and try to get in now while the prices are still low and the interest rates are still low. It'll still save you more money in the long run than waiting to find that opportunity that's 5% less in the neighborhood you want to be in if it costs you an extra 0.5% or percent on your mortgage rate. Affordability is at 1971 levels. That's a quote from HUD. Homes today are more affordable for average families than they have been since 1971, based on median income families and what you can afford to purchase for what your income is. And finally, for those local residents of Jupiter Heights, North Palm Beach Heights, in Jupiter, you can look out for our new Heights Monthly newsletter. It's going to cover some local events. There is an event, Spring Greening, which is a neighborhood garage sale as well as a eco-friendly event in honor of Earth Day. and that's April 21st in the Heights Park. You can get a table if you want, just RSVP. Again, look for the flyer, but the address is admin@heightsofjupiter.com if you want to RSVP or request additional information. That is for the Friends of the Heights, and they also have a website at www.heightsofjupiter.com. I do have some recent sales in the Heights, some stats for you. In the past 90 days, 8 properties have sold. The highest price was at $285. The median's in the low 2.25. Average price was around $136, around up to $137 per square foot. So if your home is 1,500 square feet, you can guesstimate where the value of your home would be, and your realtor, or me, if you want to call me, I'll let you know based on the actual condition of the home and what things have been selling, where you might fall in that range. Obviously, there is always a sliding scale, but that's a rough estimate for you for how things have been doing. The average days on the market was 88 days, and the property that was on the market the longest was on the market for 181 days, so approximately 6 months. And that is your monthly market update for April 2012. I'm David D'Onofrio with RE/MAX Properties. If you want to contact me, if you have any questions, if I can help you or someone you know with any real estate related needs or questions, call me at 561-301-9345. Thank you for watching. Take care. I'll see you next month.